Do you know? I mean, do you know? Do you know what time it is? Is what I'm saying. All right. Look. Don't feel like it's. I feel like I shouldn't have to say it. Okay? Because if you are at all a fan of the expert playlist here live on twitch.tv, you simply know that it is the time. It is the time where we hang out, where we play the things, where we load the things that are played. I found myself in a bit of a queue, so fair warning. Fair warning. Might be a little bit spicy in the queue, as it were, but we are definitely committed to, some reaching.
Slayer.
If you know me at all, you know I'm all about the reaching. So, where are you gonna go? Oh, it's that time, baby. We have all the frames ready. Doing it. As soon as my controller works. Okay. All right. Yep. Just committing suicide. Always this map. What are we doing? Slayer? Oh, good. Don't mind me some Slayer. They really need to break up these playlists, though. I mean, I'm sure I'm not the only person who's not, like, screaming a little. Uh-oh. Hello? Give me that scalp. I'm sure not the only person here who's like, man, I like Oddball, I like Slayer, I like CTF. I actually like Domination, too, as a single flag CTF. Love it. I would just love the ability to actually choose it in the playlist that I would like to play it in. I forgot who it was. Who was it? It might have been Dr. Skipper on YouTube. Yeah, it might have been either Dr. Skipper or Paul Tassi. One of them people. One of those fine gentlemen who play the fine world of first-person shooting games. Who said it in a much more succinct way than I did. Basically, it's that while there's absolutely nothing wrong with matchmaking playlists, I don't have any problem with matchmaking playlists, especially being a legacy Destiny player. Clearly, I have no issue with matchmaking playlists. However, unlike Destiny, which has at this point just been really reductive in the way they've removed a lot of the multiplayer options. There's still no Rift. We don't have large-scale maps with vehicles anymore like we used to on the Moon in D1. Iron Banner is really only Iron Banner Clash now. There's no longer it's only Iron Banner Control. There's no Mayhem Iron Banner. There's no Clash Iron Banner anymore. I think Iron Banner was even Rift at one point. It was just bananas. But, Bungie has largely foregone the potential of its many multiplayer modes by sticking them into these really small, repetitive playlists. And while that works out fine, I guess, in some small way for Destiny, I suppose, while that works in some small-scale way for Destiny, I feel like, in general, the game would have benefited better if it just let you play what you want, where you want, which is why the Crucible menu evolved the way it has over the years. So I don't see how 343 could do this, how they could have that system already in place. In fact, already have that system in place insofar that it's beautifully represented in the Master Chief Collection, and then go completely sideways with Halo Infinite's launch. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. I think personally that the live service model does more to cannibalize a game's life cycle and potential than it does help fully realize it or give it longevity. Like, you don't artificially produce longevity by deliberately creating bad content that's like spread very thin or not very well realized. Like that's not how you create compelling content, by drip feeding it. You just don't. If the game is good, people will play it. I feel like that's the Destiny rule. Destiny made so many structural mistakes in its first year and then repeated them for the sequel. But what kept people coming back to the game is the fact that Destiny is an extremely well-made shooting game. Its story flaws aside, the act of playing Destiny, arguably the most important part of Destiny, is in fact the best part of Destiny. So, you know, there's a case to be made for the power of strong gameplay. And Halo Infinite has really strong gameplay. So it's really a shame in some instances where, you know, the content does not match the rich gameplay on display, and yet, despite this, people are, and I have confidence in saying people will still be playing Halo Infinite well throughout the holiday season. I know 343 said they're going to make some really large structural changes when everybody gets back from holiday, but man, I don't see why you would want to do this. Like, I feel like if you as a developer are afraid of people not playing your game long, so you feel like you have to stave off the content or drip feed it or do whatever corny shit. If you feel like you have to do that, you not only have zero confidence in the design of your game, but it feels like you're telling people that you know you have very little to offer and you need to do this in order to stay out your content. And I don't think that's the case here. I think 343 has built something really nice. I just think they have a very misguided monetization and business model that's unfortunately kind of cannibalizing a lot of the early goodwill that the game generated. Just a little bit. But like I said, the core... Oh, like they surrounded me. The core gameplay is still so strong that I think I was playing this Brain Dead the other day. I think it was just like, I don't know, I threw a YouTube video on. It's what I do. I throw on podcasts and shit while I'm doing other shit. And I think one day I was listening to some kind of fitness thing. And I gotta tell you, man, I can play this game Brain Dead. And it's not because the game is Brain Dead. It's because the visual, audio, controller feedback are so well done here that really, fuck off! That really, it's almost easy. Like, I liken it to playing Destiny, to be honest. And, you know, while I may give myself credit and say, well, I've been playing Destiny for like 7 years, so it's not surprising that I'm so intuitively tapped into the game that I can play it even when I'm not paying attention. You know, that's not exactly what I'm saying. What I'm trying to say is that the game is so intuitively laid out that I can instinctually do things and see things, and I feel like that's very much the case here. In fact, I've only been playing this for only so many weeks, and I'm already there. So if you really want to think about it, but no, they've really gotten that right. I don't even care about the battle pass. I just really want them to do what they know they need to do, and they know what they need to do because these are the same people that made the multiplayer for the Master Chief Collection. And holy shit, I went into the Master Chief Collection's multiplayer menu for the first time since I've owned it. I've mostly been using it as like old Halo nostalgia bait for me and my ex-girlfriend, but I actually like went and played. Said, let me see what Halo and Halo 2 and Halo 3's multiplayer is like, right? Like, let me see what these things are. And not only were they just as I remember, which is, you know, again, peak goals when you're playing a remaster of something. Peak, fuck! Why wasn't he dead? That should have... He didn't have any shit... Whatever. Yeah, but the multiplayer menu, like, when I say that the breadth of modes, the breadth of customizable options, the breadth of custom game types, Theater, Forge, even the fact that the battle pass has tiers and levels, and if you miss a season, you can go back into the battle pass and just unlock old items, or It's so intricate and rewarding and constant. But I can't believe the same people designed it. I feel like it was a mandate that came from the top, and 343 just kind of had to comply because they were offering up the multiplayer free to play. And I'm not sure. I think Infinite's going to be on Game Pass, but just in case I'm wrong about Infinite being on Game Pass, pretty sure you're going to have to, like, you know, if they're not paying for the expansion, then that puts them even more in Microsoft's pocket when it comes to having to provide a decent monetization model for the game. I feel like if the trade-off for games being on Game Pass is that, like, I don't know the exact business of the Game Pass model when Microsoft negotiates with third-party developers to release free on Game Pass, sometimes day one in a lot of cases, or otherwise, but I would assume it's something akin to when, and, you know, forgive me if I'm being reductive or short-sighted, I will admit up front that I know nothing about the intricacies of the Game Pass contracts between Microsoft and developers, but I'm under the impression that, as opposed to going off of like raw sales numbers, Microsoft instead pays like a flat lump sum fee, like a large lump sum fee to the developer, probably based on a projection of some sort, for the exclusive rights for any number of months before they just, you know, if it's a multi-platform game, they'll be selling it on other platforms, you know. That having been said, you know, like a YouTuber. YouTubers make videos, they get money from ad revenue, Google AdSense, you know, and whatever comes in from that, should it be fully monetized and not age restricted. But whenever a sponsor, like say The Ridge, ExpressVPN, HelloFresh, blah, 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 they usually pay creators a flat sum, sometimes in the thousands, sometimes in the multiples of thousands. And I've seen it. I've actually seen some of the some of these sponsorships can go to like $3,000, $3,500, $1,000, $2,000. In a lot of cases, it can very easily eclipse what would have been your normal ad revenue or what would be the metrics for a highly successful video. So you can, like, that's why a lot of creators say like, oh, I can make this without restrictions. I can make this with curses, and, you know, I can do whatever I want because I don't have to worry about YouTube's monetization, because the lump sum that the sponsor has given me does not necessitate the need for Google's finicky AdSense program and what Content ID deems relevant or not. So I feel like it's the same thing for Game Pass. But I have to be honest. I've played a lot of games on Game Pass, and for the most part, they've been a lot of single-player and multiplayer games. Oh shit, Griffball's added today? Hey, we got Griffball back. Turkey Time is retired until next year. Unlock the Snowbound nameplate. That's hilarious, Griffball. So I feel like on the same coin, and I feel like this only because, like I said, I've been playing Game Pass games, mostly single-player. You know, like little indies and new titles that I would never spend money for, like Battlefield 5. That having been said, I feel like the price for a game day one being on Game Pass, especially if it has a multiplayer component, is either aggressive or unnecessarily obtuse monetization. Like, I love playing Gears of War 3 because when I boot that up, the content is the breadth of content is so vast, and it's very easily segmented and quarantined off from each other. I want to play single player, I got it. Co-op, I got it. DLCs, I got it. Multiplayer, I got it. Multiplayer modes, I got it. Unlocks, experience, levels, It's all on the fucking disc. But then, you know, when I pop into Gears 5 and I'm playing it, and there are whole chunks of the game that are like either missing or unfinished or not ready. Oh, the horde mode is doing this. The multiplayer is doing this. The single player is doing this. Oh yeah, there's cards. There's unlockable rec packs. Oh my god, make it stop. I never bought Gears 5. Gears 5 is actually the only Gears of War game I've never bought because I got it on Game Pass. You know, I mean, I love Gears. I have the collector's editions for 1, 2, 3, And that's it. Judgment and 4. No, I bought 4 digitally. It was good. Ran at 60 frames. Anyway, point being, I feel like if the price for a game being on Game Pass is that it has to have this unusually aggressive monetization attached to it, maybe we shouldn't put games on Game Pass then. Or at least not major releases like this. Because I would sooner pay $60 for a fully featured game with all of the content included, with all of its pieces intact, the entire value package. I would sooner want that for $59.99, or if you want a special edition me and fleece me a little bit more, $80, $79.99, whatever. And it's a fully complete package, rather than you releasing components of it for free and then using that as a justification for drip feeding content, or just deliberately holding back content. Like, as a Destiny player who went from Destiny 1 to Destiny 2, I can't tell you how frustrating it was to play the sequel and see it completely stripped bare of everything that they did right in the original Destiny. So, like, similarly, it can be it's a little bit frustrating to play the Master Chief Collection and how fully fleshed out it is, especially after they, again, stumbled, out of the gate with the release of it. But it's such a full package now. For them to kick Halo Infinite off like this is just kind of stupid to me. And in some cases, I don't feel, not that I'm accusing anyone of anything, but I don't always feel like it's entirely, a mistake. Because just like Bungie will... like under-promise and over-deliver, or at least what they think is under-promising and over-delivering. I don't like this trend where it seems like these developers are being forced to release games in either unfinished states or diminished states in order to kind of hook the player in this weird parasocial Stockholm-like stasis where you love the game and the game is well made, but the content's not there. So you're instead of just enjoying it for what it is up front, you're instead put on this weirdly manipulative string where it's like, oh, the first hit is free and the game is good, so you'll tolerate this, right? Here, let's roll you out some Griff Ball. Like, here, let's roll you out some zombies at some point. Here, hey, you wanted to pick Slayer? Hey, let's pick. Like, I am not so naive as to think, oh yeah, 343 had no idea that we would want to pick individual Slayer, Team Slayer, Oddball, Capture the Flag, Zombies, Griff Ball, Big Team Battle, Team Snipers, Team SWAT. You know what I mean? Like, there's no reason why the myriad of game modes and custom game modes and community-driven modes that are in the Master Chief Collection, there is absolutely no reason why, and you can't tell me that the developers said, oh yeah, people don't want that in Halo Infinite. They want to play a random playlist. No. Instead, what I feel is they're going, we're going to stick them in a random playlist, watch them hem and haw and crab and complain about it, find validation in the fact that people are asking for what we deliberately left out, and then we can not only get some goodwill, but then get even more customers later on when they find out that we've added the things that should have been in there in the first place. And then the fans will love it because then they finally got what they wanted all along, even though they wanted the fucking game and you made them wait for extra modes. When people are playing a game as much as people are playing Halo Infinite, and in the face of Battlefield 2047 and Call of Duty Vanguard's utter failure to make any kind of impact this year, they should be sweeping ass cheeks. Like, it's amazing that Halo Infinite is as popular as it is in this state. And imagine how much more popular it would be. Imagine how much more people would be playing it if it had the modes. We can't be caught in like this stupid catch-22 of developers saying, oh, well, we looked at the metrics and we don't see a significant difference between when we give you all the content at once so you can play the game you enjoy and when we drip feed you the content over a period of time, which pisses off half the player base, makes a quarter of the player base leave, gives you a small hardcore following, and then makes your game forgettable within a year or so as you become a niche. I don't want that to happen to Halo. You cannot imagine the number of people that I've met playing Halo, the number of experiences I've had, friends I've made, some long-lasting friendships up until today. I mean, before we had Xbox Live Hardcore, I was bringing my Xbox to gaming cafes and engaging in large-scale 16-player BTBs. Can you imagine if I wanted to do that right now in Halo Infinite? The custom, you know, like, it should be there. I feel like if you build it, they will come. Give them the content. Make more content. There is no look, I don't have a problem, okay? We proved over 10 years ago when Call of Duty had map packs, when Gears of War had map packs, when Halo 2 had map packs. Remember that? Look. People will play the same content for months on end. Bungie proved before they felt like they needed to stick a Fortnite battle pass in Destiny, people were pretty content, even though they bitched. People will bitch, but people were pretty content to play the same content for 3-4 months at a time before switching over to the next expansion because every drop was high quality. I know this rant is going on a little bit long here, but I just feel like, you know, they really need to wake up a little bit and say to themselves, look, do I want a strong experience that tapers off slightly as the content ages a bit? Or do I want a kind of mediocre to middling experience that isn't quite as impactful with each new drop or release, but simply lasts longer and, you know, is more continuous in the age of instant gratification? I feel like ultimately you're going to hurt the games, and I feel like enough games have died on this live service monetization hill to provide at least an ample enough sample size to say, hey, look how this is killing games, okay? I don't need to make a incredibly detailed argument as to why loot boxes destroyed Need for Speed Payback. All I have to do is let you play the game, and then when you reach your first car upgrade and it makes you spin a slot machine to get yourself some fucking rims when you really wanted a new engine, the feeling you get when that happens to you will say more than enough as to why, one of the many reasons why loot boxes needed to go. Okay, and as far as rampant monetization, while I do feel like some developers are pulling back from that shitty model, while some other developers like Bungie, unfortunately, are trying to introduce new, skeevy content, content license agreements by literally doing what no one who has made an MMO ever has ever done ever, and removing large chunks of their game over a period of years. Thank God nobody else is trying to do this yet. Jesus, can we not have that be a thing? Like, I'm dreading the day that another developer announces, yes, you know, the game's getting too big, so we're just going to cut out that. No. Don't do that. Don't do that. Make good games with lots of content. If they are fun, we will play the shit out of them. Give a fuck. Okay? I beat Ninja Gaiden on the Xbox like 10 times. When I got bored, I started beating it with individual weapons. When I got bored with that, I started beating it without using the Ninpo. When I got bored with that, I tried to beat it without getting hit. That didn't work. But I did beat it without dying. And my point, and then my friend and I beat it on Master Ninja without upgrading the life bar or the Ninpo. Do you know what that takes? Do you know how hard it is to beat Ninja Gaiden with just the Vigorian flail? Do you know what it's like to beat Ninja Gaiden with a tiny life bar and 3 Ninpos? Do you know that there's a point in Ninja Gaiden where your life bar is so small that one hit will kill you? This is what I'm talking about. The game was so good, I had reason to play it over and over and over again. The same content over and over and over again. The industry learned this lesson 10, 15 years ago. 10 years ago. Just 10 years ago today, the industry knew this. Let's get back to that. because, you know, aggressive monetization is slowly dropping away, thank God. More involved, expansive single-player experiences in older school. I hate saying old school. Old school styles of content are returning. But for these multiplayer games, like, they gotta stop. They gotta stop. You're gonna kill what little light there is left in this world, okay? Remember how excited people were for the Halo Infinite story trailer. Okay? The industry tried to tell us years ago that single-player games were dead. They're not. The industry tried to tell us years ago that co-op was the future. It wasn't. Online experiences, in general, are so homogenous that since it's no longer the draw, it's become another way to bilk us. When it's free, we can't vote with our wallets, but all it takes is for another developer to make something more fully featured and fleshed out, and people will migrate. Halo is running on borrowed time. Vanguard and Battlefield kind of suck. It's unfortunate. Call of Duty got outclassed by its own free-to-play version because Warzone is apparently more poppin' than Vanguard is. Battlefield 2047 was released in such a terrible state, I don't even know why it still exists. They completely blew it. From what I've seen and what little bit I've played, they completely blew it, unfortunately. And Destiny the Witch Queen is not out until February. They have got like a 3 to 4 month window where they can excise total fucking domination. We started off a little bit rough. All right, Halo Infinite's multiplayer hasn't even been out a month yet, so I'm not even gonna. And the game proper comes out next week. All I'm saying is that come December 8th, y'all better bring the thunder. Y'all better bring the fucking thunder, because you've already done this well once. You've already done this the right way. Don't Bungie it that hard. You've already slightly Bungied by providing a excellent foundation to build upon. And people are playing it regardless of its issues. Don't go full Bungie and blow it. Give the people the content that they want. Let them play it how they want. Do not try to tell them how to play the game or how much they should get all at once. If it's ready, put it out there. People will play it over and over and over and over again, as long as you let them play it the way they want to. And on that note, I'm done rambling for a half an hour. Let's reach. You're killing me, Bungie. You're killing me, Bungie. You're influencing the industry in weird ways. All the Activision, Blizzards, and EAs of the world are just salivating at new opportunities to fleece us for our cash. And while I don't want to sound that cynical, you know it's true. You know, playing these older games, real talk, playing these older games really puts that in perspective for me. Like, I can't stress that enough. The breadth of content on display is just incredible sometimes. Oh yeah, this is the place where Joe Rogan took today's screenshot from. I was sitting there dying, like, Joe Rogan put the picture up of Noble Six looking over this town and was like, "It's the last day on Earth. Daniel Bergoli is president. There's 62,000 genders. Having an opinion is illegal. I'm the last straight white male. This is my story." And having just finished streaming Halo Reach last night, I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, wait a second. This is a Halo Reach screenshot. What are you doing, Joe Rogan? Joe Rogan, what are you doing? You stop that, Joe Rogan. Silly bald man. HRT infused specimen of a human being. You stop. I'll be red pilling my Halo Reach.
Your report will have to wait,
half the
Lieutenant.
people that laughed at that post did not know
jamming
the
all
screenshot
comms
from
to
Halo
command.
Reach, but I felt like I had to.
Cat needs your help running a counter
there
op.
like, sir, this is a Walgreens. Like, sir. This is
Good to
Halo
have you
Reach.
back. Sorry I came alone. Make him proud.
I just think it's 3 times as funny because I know Joe Rogan didn't make that connection. And what is it with boomer memes and having whole
Put your
para
wings back
fucking
on,
graphs for
Lieutenant.
you to read?
We're
Our
flying
generation
this
knows how to
fast.
meme with 1 or 2 lines. Why is it every single damn meme
Here's the
from
situation.
anyone
Covenant
born in
have
Gen
deployed
X,
multiple long-range
Gen
comm
Y,
jammers in high-rises
and
across
beyond?
the city. We can't hear Holland, and he can't hear us. We're totally cut off. Trooper squads have been trying to take the jammers out, but the coveys are dug in tight. When I confirm targets, I need you to hit them. Hard.
How does this thing work? Bro, what?
4 Charlie 27 to command. Request immediate assistance.
Go ahead, 2-7.
We're at the Byron Telecom Tower. Got hunters between us and the jammer.
Copy 2-7. Help is on the way. Nova 6, I'm sending you coordinates for the Byron Tower. Go
Are
get
we
those
truly
troopers
out
unstuck.
in these streets flying it? We're flying in helicopters?
Oh, and don't fall in love with my voice. The closer you get to a jammer, the worse our reception is going to get. Cat out.
Cat. Why you gotta be so cool? I actually do like Cat.
You like that?
Where is what you're
Line
shooting?
'em up.
I like
Where?
Y'all better not take Cat. I'm already.
Stay on target!
I'm still choked up over your. I can't take it anymore.
Not a tango in sight.
Forgive me if my voice sounds weird. I'm close to about to half of my face is shaking. I never could use the big half. I'm under the impression it takes away from us superpowers. Yes, I have superpowers. The fact that Destiny does not have flying vehicles is quite frankly that.
Steady as she goes!
Got helicopters? Got helicopters? You'll have to forgive me in advance because, unfortunately, this is not something I was privy to. Having deliberately not played Reach for
Get me
years.
a ring! Clear here! Got a hit!
Not a tango in sight.
I like the way this thing controls. It's got a lot of
Where?
again, I love the feeling of Bungie just going all out because that's what this game feels like. This game feels like Bungie going all out.
Look alive!
It really
we got
does.
more contacts!
I mean, I flew a helicopter. I had a dogfight in space. I did an amped up version of Truth and Reconciliation with Truth and Night Vision and goggles. I just feel like every gameplay style and type that Bungie pioneered in or that Bungie did exceptionally well, oh god, compared to their peers,
Get that turret!
they pretty much brought it all to this last game. Like, this is such a send-off, not only in a storytelling sense, but in a gameplay sense. You could argue that before Destiny, this was peak Bungie. Even if the players were really toxic and contentious about the multiplayer.
That turret's messing us up!
Hey, maybe not. It'll stay for land. We got Mirage.
Steady as she goes! How's this feel? Hey!
Kill 3 of the anti-aircraft batteries. thinking to myself, I should probably land this thing. Yeah, we're landing. We're landing. All right, gentlemen. Fuck out.
Stay on target.
Now we can kill this dude on foot. That's the thing about brutes in this game. They don't wear armor. I mean, they don't have shields. So. Ballistic to the dome, son. What up, Craig? That's Craig's brother. Can't wait to see Craig. If they don't have a Craig Easter egg, why did they even name him Craig? Who named him Craig? Why can't I be here for these? At the same time, I feel like visiting Reddit is a rabbit hole. Just given the way I approach things, the way I get into things, I don't think getting into Reddit is a good idea.
Fall back for Delta.
At least not
Fall
right now.
back. Defensive position. Go. We'll cover you.
Find me in the club.
Stay down. We just gotta hold out a little longer.
Yo, he's making these achievements. Who's in charge of naming these achievements? Whatever. Like, I'm still not over. Oh my God. I'm still not over the fact that there was actually a club. I mean, there was actually a factory called DXR, and there's a reference to the Halo 2 console. That skill gap, though. And the name of the achievement. Oh yeah, that was it. The name of the achievement was Mind the Skill Gap. I said.
Check your formation.
Another assault rifle. See, that's how you people is dead. Nobody had DMR. But can we link this? Precursor to the empty tank. Cool pop. Ooh, very good. I mean, in my experience, I've found that having a jetpack is part of the air. So you get shot out of the sky. And that's what happened to me. I got shot out of the sky. What's up, bro? Oop. Get him. Get him. Got him. Gotta stop clicking in the thumbstick. Then again, I was never a fan of clicking in the thumbstick. Melee, I always hated that. That's killed me more times than I can count in Halo Infinite. The whole click limit, because it makes you stop firing. It ups your TTK by however long it takes to do this. Yeah. Unlock. Unlock. Hologram? Oh, you know we throwing hologram. We throwing holograms the same way we throw. Oh, down the road. Down the road. There we all go through it. Sorry, bro. Especially the new. Oh my God! He's not a fan of Juice WRLD. What up? got fuel rod cannons in the club. Check your man. He brought fuel rod cannons to the club. Okay, so you can't execute hunters. See, it's only look, it's all fun and games with the wind up, right? So it's gonna bug out. Jesus! Hit the hologram! Like I saw that. Okay, so I'll respect any enemy that fires the before. They both got friends. Did that work? It did. Ah! I don't know how that guy died. I mean, you had rockets. Well, you know, back in my day, all you had to do was shoot him in the second part of the back with one pistol bullet. But then people complained and said the pistol was too OP. So Bungie changed the pistol forever. And trying to fight 3 hunters, like, it's pretty hard enough to fight 1 hunter, especially with one other hunter behind your back. But, like, you know, this is... There you go. This is really funny fucking with this thing. He's really mad. Ah! Holograms. Best thing ever. Look. It takes a lot of talent to make AI that accidentally misses. It's a whole different thing altogether. You just put up decoys and have them be fooled by it. I love that. The hologram is probably my favorite tool in all of the. Out of all the Halo recent, I think the hologram is probably my favorite. Oh, needle gun. I love those. Love these. Nah, they just collect me. Stop. Is it running towards me? Yeah, it is. Or it was. I found it's better to do this from cover because then they can't see where the real you is. Yeah, see, and then they fuck around. Ah! Alright, I think he heard. He's clearly onto this stratagem. Yup, he's not playing. Get fucked, I'm leaving. Listen, we ain't trying to die out here, okay? I'm trying to just find my elephant and go back on time. Leave me alone. I know that's a bit of a reach, but ain't it? I mean, is this hologram only good for one attack? Can we chill? Okay, that's good. Like, it's putting so much legitimate effort into hitting my decoy. I don't know how I'm not getting more openings. Leave me alone. Thank you. Thank you. Look at them all the way turned. That's another thing I keep forgetting in the Master Chief collection. Don't actually hit the right bumper, not the left. So you're just gonna be ignoring decoys? That's what's good in the hood right now, ignoring decoys. By now, but that doesn't really help me too much. Scrub Lord, Lord of the Scrubs. I was a blaxploitation hero. They call me Scrub Lord Jones. Scrub Lord Jones answering the phones. Get him. Fill his back with needles.
That got him. Over here, Spartan. Thanks for the hand. Almost out of ammo. Jammers on the upper level.
Oh, are you almost out of ammo? Is that why you weren't firing your weapon? He was very content to just sit there and let me tango with a fucking hunter.
After you.
Oh,
Lieutenant.
after me. You don't say. Where are you so I can fill your face with needles? It's the container for Luke Smith's brain.
Jammers above you, sir.
Oh. So that's
Jammer offline.
Well done,
Noble
no.
6. Head back to your Falcon.
We got things under control, Lieutenant. Head on out.
I don't wanna. Can I opt out? Like, to quote my former co-op partner, it's on fire. No, like legitimately, like that helicopter is actually on fire. I don't want to fly that thing anywhere. Are you finna die today? We already saw what it looked like last night when I kept getting flung into the abyss. Why do we want a repeat of that? Oh, All right. Excuse me. What in tarnation? What in defenestration? What in amalgamation? What in consternation? What in deterioration? What in the birth of a nation? What in the demonstration? So yeah, I'm not. Look at it.
This is Gunnery Sergeant Buck with the 11th ODST, over.
Copy, Gunnery Sergeant. Go ahead.
Need escort on
That
the
is Nathan
classified op.
Fillion.
Send someone who knows how to fly type formation.
That is Cade 6. Yo, Nathan Fillion! Nathan Fillion, son!
Dust guys like
I'm about to go and rescue Nathan Fillion in a flaming helicopter, son! Oh, shit, I'm gonna die! Oh my god, what's happening? What is that thing?
Good here.
Alright, Bungie, I see you.
I could have heard on that one.
We really can't afford to be shot, so if I see any red on my radar, I'm handling it right away. Like, it's a joke. I can't afford to be hit by anything. This thing is more in flames than a live action Rocky Horror show on Fire Island during Friday. That's how flaming this is. It's actually on fire. Now I know what she meant. It's on fire. I do not feel safe. You know how you can like close your Facebook and it gives you a reason? Like one of the reasons is like, I do not feel safe. I do not feel safe in this helicopter. Why? I have to defend you? Why can't you defend me? Mine is on fire. See, this is the problem. People think they want to be safe. You need to make characters dangerous. Leading cause of death for many of the parties. Shot while we're on fire. Lock altitude, please. Thank you. Can I say I love the fact that this thing can lock? I love the fact that it can lock altitude. That takes so much pressure, mental pressure off my brain to feel like I have to constantly be equipped. Very nicely considered control scheme they've got going here. Seriously though, if y'all just want to like give me another helicopter, I can. Stop shooting. Give me another I feel like I'm a Covenant booger away from just getting bodied. I don't know, man. It just don't sit right. I would like to just remind everyone in attendance that this is in fact not a cutscene, and that the flyable airspace in this game is such that I can actually fly to the top of this fucking skyscraper. Are you joking? This thing is modeled!
I owe you one, Spartan. I'll see you in hell.
Good old Nathan Fillion. Goes out there in the cut with the one-liners. Gotta love him, gotta love him. Consummate soldier.
Stand by, 6. One of our trooper squads went silent after the hospital got hit. I'll mark the location. Complete their mission and take out the jammer.
Those monsters attacked the hospital?
Kill that thing!
So smooth sailing from here, right? Nope. Red dots on the map. Y'all trying to blow me. They're trying to kill me. I'm telling you, this thing is one errant sneeze. Like, I feel like if somebody accidentally dropped the clip from their gun on the floor of this thing, it would explode. We really need to get 1,000 meters away. Guy on the left doing with his gun? Do you have it front over there? You know, if you shake it more than 3 times, you're actually playing with it. Does he know? Ah! No! What did I say? Death is imminent. I know y'all did not just give me the checkpoint right before I died. Like, isn't that the worst? I remember in Halo Combat Evolved, I got a checkpoint that occurred right before an elite stuck a grenade to my face. Checkpoint loaded back up. I was like directly in this enemy's face. Oh yeah, he threw a grenade on my eye. So checkpoint done. I had to reload. I had to reload the entire checkpoint and go out. Yo, can the rain, like, put this out? Can you stop being on fire? It's raining.
I'm clear.
Hologram, go. Bro, what's the point of creeping if y'all are gonna wake up? Ungoy shield. I'm a still on it. I love how they canonize the fact that those big horns on top of the grunt tracks are actually not part of their body's physical structure.
Contact! 2 and 10 o'clock! I'll hold them off so you can get to the other side!
I don't know.
Through that doorway! Move, move, move!
Grunts are huffing farts? Yeah, sounds about right. Eat a dick. Eat a dick. Bop. Get booped. What's that? Armor lock and drop. Stop shooting at me. Please stop. Please stop. Please be distracted by my decoy. Please be distracted by my decoy to shoot. No bullets. Thank you. Hologram is still the greatest weapon. Ah! Any ideas? No? More holograms. More grenades. I mean, that sounded like it worked. I'm not looking back. They all have shields. This is blasphemy. Covenant grunts aren't supposed to have shields. What kind of fool? Definitely doesn't sound like it. All I'm hearing is Dormadormador. I feel like we have a missed opportunity here to bring back the wart. Like, is it too late to bring back the wart? I don't think it should be. Got this. You maniacs are in a hospital. Won't someone think of the children? Nobody's thinking of the children. I was in New Mombasa. I seen it. What do you mean you can't hit them from long range with a ballistic auto rifle? Ah! Like it's my fault they're racist. What was that? It may not look like it, but from far away these bullets are hitting. They're hitting different. In fact, they're hitting like this. Alright, Jiralhane. You ain't got no shield, boy. One shot to your dome. Oh, the helmet's off. Coming for them cheeks. What the fuck is that? What? I did not sign up for this. What is that thing? Is that an engineer? Is that the engineer from the books?
More brutes!
Didn't they cut
Stay
this
back,
enemy
you
out?
stinking bastards!
Ew. Duty people. Like, I feel like they're just having fun in there without me. I mean, he didn't put any respect on my hologram. He just walked past it like I was playing with blueberries and LFG. That's not cool. You're supposed to be distracted by this thing and shoot bullets at it so that I can look behind you in the bleed with my bleed. How much to ask? I can't just hit you in the bleed with my bleed. Let it be known, I said it here first. Bloom is the bane of any first-person shooter's existence. All of that's coming from the left side. I cannot poke my head out again. Why are they getting so close? Hard. like I'm getting closer to Kat. Much like she said, if her voice gets staticky, that means that she's farther away. She's not staticky yet. Stop.
Engaging multiple contacts.
Multiple bogeys. Well, at least I can't see through this barrier. This should be semi-adequate cover. God would like to not have to run around like a space magic team. Space magic zombie demon. Revive. It's funny. Like that's like the one thing that has not successfully carried over in my brain. Like, they've done to modernize Halo Reach's control scheme and streamline a lot of the things like the jetpack and the flying mechanics to make it, you know, a little bit more intuitive. I gotta say, the only aspect of this game that has not aged terribly well are the checkpoints. The checkpoint saves are absolutely just psychologically, they're an added layer of tension to every encounter because you don't have the confidence that you'll be able to start off an encounter from I understand. And it's not like a Nightfall where the signposting on the checkpoints are completely, you know, transparent. Sometimes you just get checkpoints randomly in Halo. It just happens. And sometimes it works in your favor, sometimes it doesn't. You'd hope more often than not that it does. That's not always. Sometimes you just get a random checkpoint when you have like 3 bullets left and no shield.
Thanks for the assist, Spartan.
Oh wow, I'm not doing that again. Wow.
Jammer's right over here.
I don't know why, but for a second there, I was genuinely convinced that there was a brute behind me just pushing me across the floor. Does that sound crazy? Because it felt crazy.
I'm gonna enjoy this.
Got one. Let's bury these.
Noble 2 to Noble 6. I'm showing the hospital jammer offline. Nice work. Soon as you can, I need you back in your Falcon. Noble 2 to Noble 6. You've got incoming tangos.
We got jumpers.
Covering fire.
They fly now? They fly now.
Nice and stiff.
Rain out fire. Nice.
Going cold.
I mean, that is one way to do it. Go forth. looks like he tried out for Ghost Recon Advanced Warfighter, but then he got rejected and just, you know, got cast as an extra. Why do these guys look like the actual ghosts from Graw? In the game's defense, I think they were actually Marines. So I won't begrudge them that. So that combat roll unlocked. That definitely has not been in the way. Got him. Oh. He wanted a fist fight. He got the fist fight he wanted. Bro, what are you doing? I'm gonna lose it. Alright, let's go upstairs. Man, you know, playing it at this frame rate, I just, my brain hurts. Genuinely trying to conceive of a way that we ever played this at 30 frames per second. It seems like it shouldn't be a thing that's real. Wait, is it not dead? Did it get away and run? Is it dead now? Are you dead? Are you sure? Let me check. Look again. Wait, let me see. You sure? It might be. Double tap? Quadruple tap? Quintuple tap? Good. Just making sure, man. You know, can never be too sure with these things. It's really on fire, though. I mean, it's trying to kill us out here. What is happening?
Six Coveys brought out a mobile jammer to mess with our short range. Sending you the waypoint. Go deal with it.
Seriously, this altitude is just mind-boggling. How did Bungie do this on an Xbox 360? I mean, yeah, Rockstar ran modern-day Liberty City onto an Xbox 360 disc with an added install, but this is still some pretty impressive vertical space. Which reminds me, I was playing San Andreas Remastered, which is ass blasting good. But what I will say,
Hostiles.
and that it made me want to go back to San Andreas. So I re-downloaded Grand Theft Auto 5.
Center mass! The more the merrier.
Oh my god. This is the right way to get killed.
Money to go around.
Legitimately a right way to get killed. Get out of it, get out of it, get out of it. I don't care. I really need a new one. Like, this mission just gets more perilous the longer we fly in this godforsaken thing. Can I call him for evac though? What the hell?
Sit tight, Lieutenant. Already got an evac transport on the way. Good work, Six.
Mayday, mayday! 7 Delta 19er to all UNSC forces.
What's your status, 19er?
We found the jammer, but we're getting hit. Request immediate assistance. Synovia Center is... Oh!
Oh, they brought me in.
You still with me, 19er? 7 Delta 19er, do you copy? 6, help those troopers if you can, but get that jammer offline either way.
Can I do it?
This is the
Will it
last
let me?
jammer, 6.
No!
You're almost there.
No! No vehicle jacking in reach. I have been humbled.
Mayday,
really
mayday!
just got put in my
7
place.
Delta 19er to all UNSC forces.
What's your status, 19er?
We found the jammer, but
Better.
we're getting hit. Request immediate assistance.
Better come to Donkey's Castle, or I'm gonna jump off a building. Hentefied? Is that like
Synovia
gentrified
Center is...
but in
Oh!
Spanish?
You still with me, 19er? 7 Delta 19er, do you copy?
turned
6,
around
help
one
those
day and saw a
troopers if you
Netflix show
can,
called
but get that
Latinx
jammer
Men.
offline
Like
either
it.
way. This is the last jammer, 6. You're
Latinx
almost
Men.
there.
Is that like the politically correct Hispanic? Like,
Engage multiple enemies.
they're like politically correct Hispanic. It's a cute pun. I won't begrudge people their own culturally significant puns.
Ready for
Like
fire.
Latin on my called Latin. Because black people have unless otherwise noted.
Keep steady. Clear, yeah.
Wait, that
How about that? All right, I'm making noise. All clear.
what is happening?
Coming.
Approaching the objective, please. Watch for hostile
We're
fire.
gonna take care of this one, okay? It's not gonna be like a flaming pile of Boobido
clear.
like the last one. That was bad. It actually was on fire last time.
Got one. Line 'em up. You, Josh.
Ow! It's actually not attaching. Let's try this again. This time with feeling.
Noble 2 to Noble 6. I'm still getting nothing from those troopers. You may have to take care of this jammer yourself.
See, that's what I don't like. When like weapons that should kill enemies still end up hitting them or bouncing them around. Like, there's no reason in my mind why a jackal should not be killed by a fucking concussion rifle. It just doesn't make sense. They're really small and weak. Like, there's no reason. They're snipers. There's no reason why that rifle shouldn't do that.
Six, I'm accessing building schematics. There's an elevator on the north landing.
Living on a raw diet of to pull teeth out of my face. I don't want to hear about how surprised you are at the integrity of my bone density. Like, stop! I always hear a good bone. I'm like, can you stop? Do you realize that you're actually QTEing my face right now? I've got like stitches going all the way down the arm and like into my face. I'm glad I couldn't see it. My face was getting hammered, literally hammered. They're like, "Oh wow, your bones are really strong, but the tooth is bad." It's like, yeah, I know, shit. I mean, if you've already got a tooth with problems, getting into an accident doesn't make it any better. But you know, my second out of 3 accidents left. Whatever. Unfortunately, compromised one of my teeth to the point where it made a small problem worse than it had. Thankfully, it's not a front tooth. It's a small canine. Actually, it might be a bicuspid. I'm not a dentist. But it's not very good. I'm a very expressive person, so I'm pretty sure at some point I'll open my mouth really wide and then go, "Oh my God, Lucian, what happened?" It's like, every time. Because out here, went through a really bad pandemic. The funniest thing is, the very problem that the worst part of it is, the very problem that this tooth represents, I actually had a doctor's appointment. I actually had a dentist appointment to take care of it. Yeah, the date was February 14th, 2020. And then because of health concerns, they canceled my appointment and asked me to reschedule. And the only date that they had next was April. And we all know what happened after that. Yeah. Okay, so these things are just selectively breakable. I want everyone to remember that there was a whole balcony earlier that was just taking fuel rod cannons. Wait a second. Wait a minute. This is a Halo map. This is a multiplayer map. This is a Halo multiplayer map. I recognize this. I recognize this. Oh, Bungie. This is a map. I know this. Look. All right, right up the stairs. Turn to your left. Balcony. Balcony goes to the left or the right. One central place in the middle. The waterfall where the rocket launcher is located. Is there a rocket launcher here, though? This is a Halo 2 multiplayer map. Complete with the portholes. Oh my god. All right. Go straight down here. Yup. Hallway. DMR. Upstairs. Okay, so this is a hallway that leads to a ramp. Oh. Okay, so it's not a one-to-one scale version of the old map, but Bungie did that on purpose. This entire central area, down to the fucking bamboo plants. Wait, nope, there we go. Needler or assault rifle right here. Ladder up. The ramp doesn't go all the way up like it used to from the ground floor, but that's moot. This is literally the map from Halo 2. Oh my god. They actually built this multiplayer map into this section of the building, including the waterfall with the rocket launcher at the end of it, and didn't think I would notice? I mean, to anyone else, this is just a really nicely designed place.
Schematics show alternate routes to either side, Six.
To Halo fans, they literally put this Halo 2 map in the game and just did not even like, they didn't even like make a big deal out of it. I love it. I love it when they hit you with secrets in that real ones know kind of format. That's just a nice homage. See what I mean? Like, Bungie knew what they were doing. It's literally the fucking map from Halo 2. It's literally the map from Halo 2. I forgot what that map was called, but it's actually that. That's amazing.
You're close to the jammer.
They took one
Destroy
of their
it.
old multiplayer maps and actually integrated it into a level in the game. Big Bungie.
It's a trap. Get the hell out of there.
It's very hard to maintain if everything is giving you like nasty.
It's a trap. Get the hell out of there.
Not the most ideal. Bro, what? Huh?
It's a trap. Get the hell out of there.
Bro, these bullets explode. What more do you want? Yup. Power weapons were down here. It's literally the fucking Halo 2 map. They actually integrated an old multiplayer map. Who does this? Yo, Bungie was like, yo, we finna reuse these assets and get some fan service at the same time. I mean, retroactively, we were on New Alexandria in Reach and did not know it the entire time. There's something about that kind of like either accidental or just coincidental world building. It really appeals to me. That really appeals to my soul. Like, I feel awesome knowing that they did that. I feel like that's how any send-off swan song or tribute homage should go. Like, you don't, like, you shouldn't just feel like they appreciate the material, but that they also appreciate the people that appreciated the material, if you catch my drift. Like, it's one thing to make a Halo game full of fan service. It's another thing to nudge and know that they did not have to do it, but they did. Even if I wanted to be cynical and say it was reused assets, I feel like they have a pretty, like, even if I wanted to be cynical and say, oh, reused assets, like, I mean, is there a better way to reuse assets, though? Is there any better way to reuse it? I feel like they nailed that shit. Like, it's just enough without being too much, and it doesn't make it, I think my favorite part is that it doesn't make explicit mention of the reference. So it really is down to you just, I guess, having the muscle memory or the photographic memory via repetition to just recognize these hallways and areas. Like, I distinctly remember this. Actually, it may not be a Halo 2 map. It may be a Halo 3 map. You know, I'm not entirely that long. I can tell you, I do remember this being a multiplayer map. I can say that. I can't tell you which Halo it's from. I think it's 2, personally. I'm pretty sure it's 2. Y'all have got to chill. Oh, that saved my life. I'm taking cover in the appropriate channels. Okay. Here's another stroke of inspired genius, I have to say. They stick you in this environment. This environment that is essentially a Halo multiplayer map. And they send some of the most annoying enemies in the game after you, in overwhelming numbers. So it's almost like you have to use this map to your advantage to lead them around, split them up, and take them out. But at the same time, again, if you are even remotely a Halo veteran, or at least a franchise-long fan, you could almost like say, wow, it's like I've been training for this day my whole life. Like, you can legitimately use the same sight lines and strategies, and at least for me, muscle memory and knowing the layout of this place enough to know where I can escape to, you can use all of that to your advantage. And it actually kind of effectively works. Look, the rockets used to be here. I remember that. The rockets used to be, oh, here's the ramp. The rockets used to be right here. They taper off, they go up to the top. Yep, up top. There's that hallway to the left. People used to roll grenades out of that hallway all the time. This place right here was like a BR factory. Yo, get out of my boat. Get out of my boat. Get out of my home. Don't make me hit Sean Combs. Make me hit God's home. Okay, I thought it was alive. Like I don't ask me where the head begins and the ass ends. I wouldn't be able to tell you. Dome. They really did stick a Halo. I can't. They really did stick a Halo 2 map in all the levels. Not for nothing. It's very inspiring. And again, as a Halo fan, I love having my muscle memory toyed with like this. This was a really well designed map. That's why I'm saying, like, if you're gonna reuse assets, probably the best way you could have done it. Oh, there are weapons all over the place. But there's weapons everywhere. There's really generous checkpoints. There's equipment everywhere. Like, who remembers being up here with the sniper rifle? Look at the look at the sight lines. And everybody would run for the waterfall because the power weapons, the rocket launcher was inside the waterfall. So you would either throw grenades in there to like blow it out, or you would try and run in there first and grab it before the other team did, and just shoot out of the waterfall. At least that's what I did. I was no MLG pro in Halo. I was a bit of a scrub lord. So all of my old stratagems kind of revolve around you playing other scrub lords. The shit I was doing probably would not work on good people. Bro, can we not go? Stop. He looked lost. Figured I'd lead him to the promised land. You think that would melt one of these things? Like they're technically insects, so why wouldn't it like melt an insect? It's like a gun that shoots plasma. You're telling me needles can blow them up? You're telling me needles can light these guys up? Not that. You know what I want? Bullets in my fucking gun. Like y'all are really having me recon ammo off these bug creatures, and all they hold are needlers and plasma pistols. This is not how normal people arm themselves. Reminds me of the mountain.
Thermal looks clear for now, Six. Return to your Falcon and stand by for instructions.
What? Is it weird that I was feeling that elevator music? No.
Noble 2 to Noble Leader. All jammers are down.
Solid copy, Noble 2. New orders. All personnel are to be evacuated from Oni HQ. Say confirm.
Confirm Oni Tower evacuation.
Whoa!
Noble 2!
Whoa!
Noble 2, sit rep.
Copies are hitting the HQ in force. They must have zeroed my signal.
Get that evac started.
Roger that. Noble 6, get over here and cover our evac pelicans. I need you overhead now.
That. Not taking cat from me. Shook George, you're not taking cat from me.
Solid hit.
Going for cat right now.
Command, this is Whiskey 3-5. I've got my eyes on 6 long-range shade turrets in the vicinity of the Oni Tower, making life pretty tough on our evac birds.
Copy, Whiskey 3-5. Noble 6, take out those heavy shades.
Alright. Turrets first.
That's
Then we'll
one.
do a quick sweep for above vehicles. That's how I'm gonna play this fight. Bug.
Another shade turret down.
Alright, I loadouts in front of me. What do they look like?
Whiskey 3-6, proceed with evac.
I copy, Command. Thanks.
Noble 6, lose those other shade turrets so Pelicans can get out here.
Just like shooting swamp rats back home.
You say swamp rat?
Whiskey 3-5 to command. We need those shade turrets gone.
Copy 3-5. Go, Lieutenant. Shade
I
turrets are
admire
priority
the-
1.
The humility of a man who
That's the fourth shade. Whiskey 3-5 is clear to proceed with evac.
Copy, command. Much obliged.
Noble 6, you've got to neutralize the remaining shades for our evac birds.
I love the phrasing. Always love it. Oh yeah, because my old therapist
Whiskey 3-5 to command. We can't hold out much longer.
Understood, 3-5. Noble 6, you have to take out those turrets. Five down, one to go.
Okay, did I get all of them? I feel like I got all of them.
Guys just got on friend. I dust guys like you proud of me. Or for me.
I don't know. On fire.
Whiskey 3-7, you may proceed with evac.
Solid copy, Command. Appreciate the help.
Noble 6, you are one steely eyed Falcon. I'm extending the landing pad now. Come home, Lieutenant.
Get the office today. Tell us. Lock altitude. They're on a smooth sailing, baby. It's doo-doo, baby.
Clear over here.
I'll take it. All right, chums. Yo, Cat, what's good?
Look at this place. Used to be the crown jewel. Not anymore. Hey, you made it.
It's a regular family reunion. Keep him. He gave him to you. I'll honor him my own way.
George always said he would never leave Reach.
The big man was sentimental.
He gave his life thinking he'd just saved the planet. We should all be so lucky.
Sir, that true about Gauntlet Red and Echo teams assigned to civilian evac ops?
Those are senior-level communiques.
I hear what I hear. Point is, why put Spartans on defensive deployments?
I need that link to SATCOM, Cat.
Chasing it. But this console's got more shrapnel in it than transceivers. You didn't answer my question.
You want to know if we're losing?
I know we're losing. I want to know if we've lost. Colonel Holland, hailing us. What's he doing on an open channel?
Let's hear it.
In the southwest quadrant of the city. Over. Sierra 259. If you are receiving, I am authorizing override of radio security protocols to link with this channel.
How long for a secure link?
I can't guarantee secure anymore.
Could Covenant trace it to us?
I could.
Noble Leader, this is a Priority 1 hail. If you are receiving, acknowledge immediately.
Keep it brief.
Carter here. Yes, sir.
We got movement. Multiple Covenant vehicles vacating the area. And they're in a hurry.
How often you see Covenant retreat for no reason?
Radiation flare. Big. 40 million root guns.
Just lost Holland. What's going on?
Atomic excitement scrambled the signal. 90 million now.
Source?
Airborne. Close.
How close?
That close! First glassing? Me too. Don't worry, I'm on it. Our best option is a fallout bunker on sub-level 2. 96 meters northeast. We get orders from Holland, sir?
We're being redeployed to Sword Base.
Sword? Covenant own it now!
Which is why they want us for a torch and burn op. Keep Dr. Halsey's excavation data from falling into enemy hands.
If it hasn't already.
Maybe, but according to Holland, the Covenant are still hunting for something.
Where does he get off calling a demolition a priority 1?
What? What? Huh?
Come on, get in!
Let's go! Come on!
Did I go through her helmet? Oh, no! What the fuck? I said she was my second favorite character. Why must everything I love burn? What an inglorious death. She got taken out mid-sentence by some dick. A bullet through the back of the head, randomly. Cat deserved better than a Ben Carmine death. Oh God, why? Why?
Noble 1, this is Noble Actual. Noble 1, go ahead. We need that base taken out, son. What's your status? Still outside. Thermal on the interior shows standing room only. We're gonna have to thin them out or we'll be way too popular. Copy that, Noble 1. Holland down. We got a job to do, so let's stay focused and get it done. 6, are you in position?
targets?
Covenant owns this sector now, but they're defending for a major strike, not a small group infiltration. Eliminate all hostile ground-to-air defenses so the rest of Noble can land at Sword Base for the torch and burn. Keep a low profile. We take them by surprise, this will be a hell of a lot easier.
I need a moment.
Spark.
Man, that sucks. I mean, I'm not crying or anything, but I am a little bit upset. Like, my sinuses are going a little bit. Excuse me. I can tell I'm upset because my sinuses are kind of flaring up a little bit. I just feel like that was so cold and so cruel.
Keep a low profile. We take them by surprise. This will be a hell of a lot easier.
She didn't even realize she died.
Spark,
She didn't even.
we'll follow you.
She didn't get to see the planet blast. But I think that's I think that might be the worst part about it to me. Like she didn't even get to see the way she didn't even get to feel her death. Like she didn't have that's not a warrior's death, man. I'm sorry.
Falcon down. Watch for bodies.
That is not a warrior's death. To just be killed unceremoniously like that. Just be sniped. Like, I can't imagine. Like, her life was there one moment, and then in a snap, Kat no longer exists. That's just fucking awful. That's so ass. Oh, what's that? Kat deserved better than that. I'm mad. You don't normally take the piss if you don't care, right? I was just making fun of Kat. I mean, I really thought she was a bad driver. There's levels of investment. Tech savvy, really self-aware. Good with a knife and a gun. Terrible driver. But my soul could take much more. Taking what's playing Rogue One. Like you know everybody's gonna die by now. Because without Rogue One there was no Star Wars. Just like without Reach there doesn't seem to be a Halo. So like not only are these unfortunate accidents not preventable, but they're pretty much preordained. Like, ouch, my face. This is how it happened, right? I mean, this is how it happened. That's what Bungie said. Bungie's like, this is how it happened. Y'all know I want my hologram. Don't please me.
guy was right. It does seem like overkill. Sending us back here for a simple demo op?
Oni thinks it's worth it. Want to tell you something?
He tells me things ain't so simple.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong.
Might be a Scorpion that's still operational, 6. Take a look.
I was trying to disable the gun itself, but oh. We're gonna ignore that there was a whole ass tank in front of me. And that I could have done that. Intel shows that there's a tank nearby. It was like right next to my face. What the name of the tank is? Y'all just normally hang around explosive barrels, or is that just special for this one? Like, oh my god, he's armed with oh my god, he jumps on the front of the vehicle.
Might be a Scorpion that's still operational, 6. Take a look.
Excuse me, it was actually right in front of my face and I missed it. I stand corrected. All 5 gunners, in pajamas, they piranhas, Benihanas,
Get that ghost off of me!
Time to go to work, Noble 6. Take out those guns.
Fool!
Say your prayer.
I mean, I was just personally more offended that that thing was jumping on the hood of my Jeep and then he fell off, so I guess I don't know.
Clear.
Get a move on, Noble 6. Our Falcons are standing by.
Man, I'll give you a Falcon. Nice to see one of our AA guns are out there putting in work. Oh, wait, that's one of theirs.
Tango.
Well, I don't know. Can I use this to hit it? Will that work?
Plenty more where that
The answer is that's not.
We got a fancy inbound.
Shoot it out of the sky. That's simple.
I dust guys like you for a living. Spitting hot lead.
Oh yeah, chicken and watermelon.
Go down.
Were it so easy. Kill 1,000 elites. Okay, again, whoever wrote the names of these achievements is hilarious. Were it so easy. Ah. Can we take a second to just can I take like a quick 30 to 70 seconds to talk about Were It So Easy? So over the course of Halo 2, the game tells two stories. It tells the story of the Master Chief carrying over from the first Halo, and then you have another story told from the perspective of a Covenant elite who, in his failure to defeat the Master Chief and keep him from blowing up Halo, he is stripped of his rank and punished and turned into the Arbiter. Long story short, the Arbiter finds out that the Covenant are actually as stupid as unitologists and have no idea that all of their prophecies are going to lead to the ultimate destruction of the universe. Whatever. Long story short, over the course of the game, this elite and the Master Chief form what you would call an unknown alliance, since they both have a common enemy. But they don't actually meet face to face until Halo 3. And Master Chief is like crashing and burning. Like he crashes to Earth, having jumped through like the Earth's atmosphere, like a lunatic. At the end of Halo 2, the ship broke apart, blew up in the sky, falls into the atmosphere. Long story short, the Master Chief is knocked unconscious, and when he wakes up in Halo 3, the first thing he sees is this big ass elite standing over his body like. So, understandably, Master Chief jumps into action and shoves his gun right underneath all four of his jaws. And Johnson is like, Chief, stop. He's on our side. You know, he has his black man voice going, he's on our side, Chief. And the Arbiter looks dead at the Chief. Now, mind you, Master Chief is like over 7 feet tall, and the Arbiter is taller than the Chief, with his head cocked down. So, in one smooth motion, the Arbiter looks down at Chief, grabs the hilt of his gun, and says, "Were it so easy." It's an amazing moment. The Arbiter is like, bro, I could have killed you. Like, oh, if only. Like, that's such a good line. Were it so easy. Like, what? Bro, Master Chief, you just got sunned. He's like, man, listen. This is not the kind of battle of attrition you want right now. So, just the fact that achievement is named Were It So Easy. Again, I'm loving the nostalgia sprinkles, man. They're just frosting me with nostalgia. I'm here for it. I'm totally here for it. Just frosting with nostalgia. Do it, bro. What's poppin'? Brand new whip just hopping. I got options. Got that bit like toxins.
First target neutralized.
It's Joshua.
Falcon, stand by.
My body got rid of them toxins. Thanks for the toxins. I love the subtle shade. I mean, you would know that there's snakes in the top 10. Jack Harlow's mom works in the industry.
Plenty more where that came from.
He was like, yeah, I work in the industry, but you ain't about to get the nepotism rubbed and start eating my good name, so if you really want to be a rapper, you better start rapping. And thankfully our boy, you know, was up to the task. He released like 4 mixtapes while he was still in high school, and was already a household name in his own hometown. You know how dope that is? Like, no, because even though Lana Del Rey has come into her own as an artist, I would still say to a large degree it took her a while to find her identity, and she was definitely more overproduced than fucking, I don't know, Lael Hansen. It took her a while to find her footing with an audience that would enjoy her shit. At least I feel consistently enough. You know?
Heads up! Fancy! Line them up!
But
Eyes on the prize, troopers. Got one!
Nice job, Six. Falcons, commence descent. Meet you inside the base, Lieutenant.
First, your ugly mug.
get him. I was seriously about to shoot that thing down. They stuck like 3 waypoints on that thing, and I was like, oh, okay, I guess I have to shoot it. That's the first thing that popped into my head. Oh, that must need shooting. And boop.
We're clear.
Noble team, Falcon group has landed. Hostiles engaged. Unit's working on getting the gate open. Really missing Ken right about now.
Line them up! Don't down!
Oh god, we're dead. Yeah, that's bad. That's bad. That's bad. That's bad.
We got a ghost on the ground.
Really missing Ken right about now.
Oh, yeah. Bit hot bag. Look out!
That's really what I should have done the first time.
Plenty more men. Neutralize.
Yeah, I should have taken out the tower first, and then gone for
On your
everything else.
toes, Six.
What's going on with the front of my tank? Oh god, stop. Hammering. Wow. Okay, a little bit more deliberate, a little bit more careful next time, I suppose.
Really missing Ken right about now.
Yeah, come on, pour it on. Area secure.
missing cat right about now.
Oh, that was me dying. Okay. At least the tank didn't blow up.
Really missing cat right about now.
This is a really stupid checkpoint. I don't know why I have to keep blowing up these same 3 or 4 ghosts over and over and over again. Like, I don't know why I don't get a checkpoint after these 3 or 4 ghosts. Doesn't make sense. Like, I shouldn't feel this powerless in the tank. But I do. Oh, God. What is this goddamn checkpoint? Does it sound like I'm getting angry? No, I'm annoyed. Not like I'm angry. Nobody wants to die repeatedly. I'm trying to get it doing this. I don't know, this tank is not a powerful vehicle. It's actually kind of ordinary. Like, why can't I get a checkpoint here? Do I have to keep doing this over and over? I'm really not trying to go over there and get blown up again. It's actually legitimately getting on my nerves. Like, why am I tiptoeing in a tank? This is not Streets Ahead. It's crazy how far those things travel. Mind you, I still don't have a damn checkpoint. I just want to throw that out there. Still no checkpoints.
Really missing Cat right about now.
Stupid dumb Whatever, man. Like, you can't have this shit both ways.
Really missing Cat right about now.
This entire sequence is garbage. Not a good one. This isn't a good mission, it's tedious.
On your toes, Nick! Look out! Revenant! Kill that Revenant! Can't take another shot.
Really missing Cat right about now.
Die one more time. Oh, I can only take
Target down!
really slow and funky and unfun and practically destroyed the basin. Like, slowly rolling around a hill with a tank made out of wax paper. Explosive ordnance that moves faster than my vehicle just sits and pelts me on the broadside. Like, I'm just creeping over hills and shooting things at range. And I mean at fucking range. I'm shooting shit at long range with a tank. Like, what am I doing? Who thought this horse shit was a good idea? This is bad. This is a bad mission. Like, I can't see that shit all the way in the distance. What the fuck? How am I supposed to see? If I pull in the FOV, can I see these tiny speck enemies holding fucking fuel rod guns?
We're clear.
You see what I mean? Like, what the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? Nope. That is gonna conclude today's extra playlist. I'm tired of this horse shit. I'll come back to it later. Oh my god. Nothing has sucked the joy out of my life faster than doing this checkpoint 5 times and feeling helpless. Nothing has killed my enjoyment of this game more right now than this horrible, horrible ass tank mission. I do not like this. It is bad. It should not be played in a fucking tank. I don't understand why it sucks so much.
Revenant rolling!
Thank you for watching this bullshit. Staying back behind that channel, etc. Good night.
Really missing Cat right about now.
That created it. The entire portion of the sandbox is fucking ass. Legit mad. Yeah, I'm mad that it's gotta go out like this, but if I'm forced to do any more of this, I'm gonna fucking eat my own hand. I'm sick of doing this. Like, I'm not doing this entire sequence without checkpoints. Like, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Every death should not represent colossal failure on this level. There's too much of this. Look at this shit. Look at how slow this thing moves. Why?